My friends, welcome back to this course on employment communication, and today we are in the most crucial point in the course. Today we are going to start our discussion on group discussions. So, employment communication, the course as such, consists of three parts apart from introduction. We have CV writing, which we completed recently, then we have group discussions or GDs, and then we have personal interviews and lot of lab sessions in between. So, today we are in part number 2 of the course, that is group discussions. Lecture 24 is here presented to you, fundamentals of group discussions, or in short as they are called, GDs. So, the concepts covered in this presentation will be first of all a definition, and maybe I will speak for a short time on the mode in which group discussion is conducted. Number 2 is qualities which are looked for in GDs through this process or procedure as such. Number 3, what are the strategies you should adopt in GDs to be successful, and lastly is what should be your body language. By body sport, I mean the way in which you should be sporting or displaying your body during the course of the group discussion. So, at the outset I like you to see this video.
Hi, to understand how to sail through a GD, you must first understand why a GD is conducted as a part of the recruitment process. One reason could be for easy filtration when the number of candidates is large. It could also be role specific, where the company requires candidates who can articulate their perspective effectively in groups. You can also see it in the following manner. If the company hires you and you are in a meeting with your peers and senior management, will you shout and yell to prove a point, or would you understand the other person's perspective along with putting forward your thoughts so that a good decision can be made collectively? So now that you have some background, let's do a deep dive. The typical format is a 10-minute discussion, a minute to jot down your ideas on the topic, 8 minutes to discuss, and 1 last minute to summarize the discussion. Once you know the topic, you could be bucketed into one of the 3 categories. First, you have a good grasp over the topic and understand it well. Second, you're familiar but do not have the complete picture. And third, you have no clue about the topic. Regardless of which bracket you belong to, there is a possibility that you get selected if you plan your discussion and talking points well. The most common pattern for a group of 8 is that there would be 2 people who would know a lot of things, 4 who are somewhat familiar, and the last 2 would know very little about the topic. If you know most of the stuff, this is what you could do. Make a list of your 3 best points in the 1 minute given to you. Do not just keep adding points. Make sure that you have really good points which you could use to make a great opening statement. Then when you begin speaking, start with I have 2 important points and continue, or I have 3 important points or something of that sort. Then let people speak and build on top of that conversation. You may have good points, but that does not mean that you will be the only one to speak. Listening to others' points and maintaining the flow of the conversation is equally important. If you're familiar with the topic, you could start with a strong point, but you could also try waiting for a while and then jumping right in by analyzing the first few points that were put up by others. Talk about why the previously mentioned points were good or bad. Have they covered all perspectives? If you can offer an alternate perspective, do so. If you can add to someone's point and support it with facts or additional information, you must do so. If you have very little idea about the topic, you could initially listen to the views of the other members, use these points to form an opinion about this topic, and then at the right time address the group with your opinion. Do you support it? If yes, why? Which point was the one that you liked that one of the members put up? If so, why? Another thing that you could do is ask for a vote by show of hands. Inquire how many people support the statement, if this is a yes-no sort of statement, and raise your hand too, so that this will prompt others to do the same. When it comes to the point where you have to summarize, I've always felt that it is best to let someone summarize who has interacted the least in the discussion. Again, this may be based on the situation, but if you can summarize it better, do give it a shot. And start by saying something like, I would like to summarize. Do not just talk about your viewpoint. If there was a vote, tell the group where the discussion started and what is the present situation. Have some people changed their view? Why do you think this happened? Talk about both sides if it is a for and against issue. If not, say something about what everyone else talked about. Talk about the good points that were put up by others. But to do this, you'll have to remember what the others spoke about. You may take notes on a piece of paper, or if you really find something interesting or insightful that someone else spoke about, talk about it during the summary. If someone else has already summarized, and if you have something to add to it that was missed out, you must do so. But repeating the same thing could be a bad idea. If you do that, everyone else will also want to do it, and this will create a lot of commotion in the last minute. But yes, all these are just some points based on a few experiences I've had in group discussions. There are no fixed rules per se. Most of what you need to do is respond to the situation and act wisely. When people sometimes refer to the luck factor in placements, perhaps this is what they refer to. Now let's move to the section that I really hate to tell you about. These are some general points that most people follow during conversations. I'm just putting them here for a sense of completeness. First, make eye contact when you talk and use limited moments to complement other people's thoughts and your thoughts. Make it easier for the group to understand your point. Share a short personal experience if it is relevant and if you have something on your mind. Do not cut someone's points. Synthesize the other person's thoughts. And lastly, don't dominate negatively. You can influence strongly, but it should not come across as bullying or rude behavior. So that's most of what I had in mind regarding GDs. If you have anything specific, do comment below. Also, since YouTube is one of these interaction mediums where it's one-to-many, you would have to like, subscribe or comment to let me know if you find this video useful. If you prefer, you can also drop me an email, but do let me know what you think. Thank you.
So, having had a brief introduction and description into the group discussion strategies and techniques, now we are in the position to move forward. So, first of all, a brief definition of the group discussion, and it's a discussion which is organized to gauge, to understand, to evaluate, to judge the mettle of a group. By mettle, the quality, the caliber. The quality, the caliber of a group of applicants, candidates, desirous of gaining employment. So, the group discussion is a discussion held to gauge or judge the mettle of a group prior to their entry into any organization. The communication skills of each one of them is tested vis-a-vis the other equally, academically and competent candidates. Let us explain the last part of the definition once again. Equally, that is more or less the same age. So, if it is B.Tech plus 1 year, the age would normally be 20 plus 1. So, more or less the candidates would be 2021, 2022 year age group. Academically, if the organization wants entrants or applicants who would be B.Tech plus 2 years or M.Tech plus 2 years of experience, more or less all the group discussants, all the group participants would be M.Tech plus 2 or 2.5 years of experience. Then we think about competent. Competency relate to work experience alone by itself. In this case, what we imply in this definition is that the students or the candidates who are participating in the GD would be having similar number of years of experience. If it is specified at later stages in career that you have to have 5 years to 7 years of experience, the range would be 5 to 7 years of experience, which is the competency level of the candidate. So, let us look through 5 slides on why the organization or the recruiter is holding a GD and what are the qualities which he or she is searching for, looking for or analyzing the candidates for. And the first one of these is leadership quality. As I have been saying again and again, everybody wants a leader, nobody wants a loser. All wants people with the best of the qualities in them. So, this is a highly impossible situation that a company will have all leaders peopling it, because then where will the losers go? Or where will the mediocre students go, isn't it? The question would be that. But whatever it is, the organization is looking for those with leadership qualities. And during the course of the GD, the group discussion, the leadership quality can be displayed by you as a student or participant by first of all taking the initiative. So, in a group discussion, the one who is able to begin the discussion as such is the one taking the initiative, because he or she says, hello friends, we are here to discuss, let us say, capital punishment or ban on capital punishment. So, there should be someone in the group of 7 or 8 who is the one who takes the initiative, and that is the catch. That is the place where the leadership quality is first of all displayed. Number 2, during the course of the discussion, what will happen is there will be some people or some participants who will start digressing, and now these have to be brought back to the correct mode. So, the leader is one who is able to understand and see through the situation what is unfolding in front of all of us, the group discussions or the participants, and able to understand that okay, now we need to come back to the proper focus of the group discussion. This ability to give direction is the quality of a leader. Number 3, many times if you observe in some of the videos, I will also show some videos today, the point is that there are some discussions who might become emotionally attached to the topic or their viewpoint, and sometimes there may be others who are by nature aggressive or more assertive than the other, if we have to put it in that way. The point is the leader is one who takes the group along. Emotional reactions or assertiveness or too much of assertiveness are things which take away into the time of the group discussion, and therefore, the leader is the one who observes this and somehow intervenes and says something, so that the direction of the group is now fixed on the tracks. Leader is of course number 4, one who listens. Listening, very important skill. We had 2 classes on listening and 1 lab class on listening. Somebody who is able to listen patiently and deliberately and slowly, giving his entire focus to what is being said by the other. Somebody who is not a non-listener or a fraudulent listener or an attacker or a defensive listener. You have been told about all these fraudulent or negative bad listening habits. This is the quality of a leader. And last is goal fulfillment. In the event of a case study kind of GD, at the end of the case study, there are 2-3 questions given which have to be fulfilled, whose answers have to be provided by the group, and it should emerge from among the group. The leader is one who leads to the goal fulfillment. So, it becomes like a circle. He or she is one who starts the GD because he or she takes the initiative, ability to give direction, take the group along, listening, and finally goal fulfillment. So, this is the way by which, this is an advice that if you do these 5 points, then you display the leader in you. Number 2, the second one is knowledge of the subject matter. Of course, for the first type of GD which we will have in the lab, we will give you reading material, even if it is a reading material on euthanasia or it is a reading material on reservations or whatever it is. The point is, apart from what the reading material says or provides you information, the point is, apart from this, how much more you have knowledge of the subject matter. So, this is proved by the way in which you present the details. In the case of a case interview or a case GD, the point is that there are some fine details hidden in within the matter, black upon white in the case sheet, and if you can present those details, if you can bring out those details, bring the matter out of the information or the data and present it, then it is proved that you have knowledge of the subject matter. Number 2 is when you are presenting, initially maybe let us say in a circular or oval or C-shaped type of GD, every candidate gets 2 minutes or maybe 1 minute to give his presentation or his viewpoint or opinions on the issue under discussion. And in this, what we have to say is that there should be first of all no language mistakes at all, and secondly, it should be error free in all senses of the term. In the event of a case case GD, you should not make any errors, because that case sheet or case GD has been provided you by the recruiter, and they know, they will understand that you are making an error if you make an error. So, the advice is presentation of details and error free presentations. This display your knowledge of the subject matter under discussion. For the third one is the quality which is very important, analytical ability. At the workplace, this is that ability which will be most valued by the employers, and therefore, the need that you show that you have analytical capability in you. How do you do it? How do you work upon your analytical ability? Think about the use of arguments, examples and logic in your presentation. I mean, the first initial presentation of 1 minute, and thereafter when it is open to all, when all the 6, 7, 8 members are discussing among themselves across this oval table or the circular table or the C-shaped manner in which they are sitting. So, the use of arguments, examples and logic. How effectively are the same related to the subject matter? This is that which will display, which will give an inkling or a clue to the employer that you are having analytical ability. Number 4 is clarity of thought. Apart from the first 3 points, if your thinking process is clear, if you are not confused or muddled or take time to take decisions, waste time to take decisions, this is somebody everybody would like to have in his or her organization or workplace. How do you show? The question is, how do you display that you have a clear thinking process? Number 1 is distillation of essentials. So, let us take the example of the case study kind of interview. So, a lot of funda and data will be given. There will be maybe 6 paragraphs followed by 3 questions at the end, which you have to solve by the end of 10 or maybe say 15 minutes. The point is, the candidate who is able to take out the best. You have heard of distilled water. Distilled water is pure water. So, the candidate who is able to take out the purest matter and that which matters, the essential elements of the case study, is one who shows a clear thinking process. For this, on the other hand, what you have to do is delete all the peripheral matter, delete all inessential and unimportant matter. Sometimes they are given in the case study just to confuse you, to befuddle you and to make you digressed. But the point is, if you have a clear thinking process, you will be able to detect that these are useless matters and I need not apply my mind to these and speak about these matters during my presentation time or during the course of the general discussion as such. And the last is most important. These are the qualities of a leader: conviction and flexibility. By conviction, we mean that you are convinced of your viewpoint. By flexibility, we mean although you are convinced of your viewpoint, you are flexible enough to accommodate the viewpoint of the others. So, how is this displayed or how is this reflected during the course of the group discussion of 10 to 15 minutes? The first is, look at the strength by which you present your arguments, and secondly, how flexible are you in approaching the topic. Now, during the course of the group discussion, if some of the people say good things which matter to you, then you should be able to accommodate them in the group discussion. If a group discussant says something which is important, which was new, which is unique, your ability to accommodate those ideas or new opinions show your flexibility in approach to the topic. We move further and there are some do's and don'ts, some strategies for GDs, and first we come to the do's. The first advice is KISS, which means keep it short and simple. Whatever you have to say, don't ramble, don't be rambling on and on like you have on the highways, those ramble strips, 20 of those ramble strips. So, do not be manufacturing and going on and off and digressing and diverting. The point is, write a rough note. You have got the case interview, you have got the sheet on which you are discussing, write some thumb notes on the margins, and you may look at it and then speak, or you may look at it once, keep it away and then speak, whatever. The point is, whatever you have to say is keep it short and simple, KISS. In other words, you must remember that the others also have to speak. It is not a question of all 7 or all 8 of you getting 1 minute each to speak on the topic, and then when it is open for all, you become impatient that I am not getting my time. I had 10 points to speak and I have only been able to speak about 4 points, and the discussion seems to be going on, and the other discussant is assertive or aggressive and not giving me a chance to speak. All are speaking at a time, there is total Kumbh Mela confusion. So, when will I get my chance to speak? If these are thoughts, you need to keep them in control. Remember that there is time enough. It is only a feeling, it is a wrong feeling. Sometimes you feel that it is going to be, it is going to be 10 minutes is going to be over and I have not said, but it is not like that. Be patient, hold on, as they say. Number 2 is follow the principles of oral communication, and this is related to adhere to the principles of politeness, number 6 here. The point is, in oral communication also we have to observe etiquette and manners. We have to be polite. We cannot be cutting the other when he or she is speaking, however impatient our nature might be. We have to control it. Mind your P's and Q's, as they say. So, if one discussant is speaking at that point of time, hold on, listen carefully, because as I said, listening is a very important skill among the 4 communication skills, the most important, I would say. So, listen carefully. Only when you listen can you assimilate, absorb and then speak. It can be your jumping board. If you are able to listen carefully, it can be a jumping board into better and better performances at the workplace. You know that the group discussion is meant to replicate your behavior in working as a team or a project at the workplace. The very purpose of a group discussion is to understand how will this candidate behave when he becomes part of our organization. So, this you must remember and follow the principles of oral communication, and number 6, you must observe or stick to the principles of politeness. Mind your P's and Q's. Number 3 is to make even contributions. So, apart from the point that in the normal or the simpler form of group discussion, the first type of group discussion, you have people who in fact they are asked initially to speak 1 minute and then it is open for all. So, all must be able to speak, and the leader in this instance displays his or her leadership quality also in point number 3 by observing or understanding that okay, we have this candidate here, this friend here who is not speaking, and let us ask him, please friend, can you just let us know what is your view on the issue. 4. What observation or what we observe is that sometimes during the group discussion there are gaps, there are pauses, there are periods of silence. Now, what could be done in this instance is that somebody who is aware that okay, now suddenly all of a sudden all have become quiet, this person could conclude that friends, till now we have discussed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, conclude periodically. 5th, the 5th point is deliberate, that is think carefully. As they say, look before you leap. So, I would say think before you speak. So, deliberate, think carefully and be slow. There is no need to be like a roller coaster when you are giving your points, when you are delivering your points. We have done 6th in connection with 2. Let us come to the last point. Substantiate your point with examples and not the other way around. That is, if you make a point, support it with an example. Do not give the example first and then give the point. So, let us say, suppose your point is that environmental pollution is negatively affecting our heritage structures. Then your example is, let us say, the Taj Mahal, one of the wonders of the world which is located at Agra in our country. Let us say that you can give the example to this point of pollution, or let us say industrial pollution is impacting heritage structures negatively. You can substantiate your point with this example that around the Taj Mahal there are a lot of industries, maybe even leather industries, so on and so forth, and they are having a negative impact on the Taj Mahal. The archaeologists or the restorers or the historians or the visitors have noticed yellowing of the marble used to make the Taj Mahal. So, we move further. What are the don'ts for GDs? The first is to speak loudly. Remember that if you increase your volume, it reduces by half the impact of what you are saying. Loud volume will not make you be heard. So, there is no need to speak loudly. All are able to listen because all are sitting in close proximity to each other in a group discussion room which has a circular table or a C-shaped empty space or oval shaped structure. Number 2 is do not adopt a negative stance. By this I mean that do not get emotionally attached to your position, your stance, and which makes you negative against somebody else's propositions or statements. Remember that this is just a role playing, this is just a activity, a role play of 10 to 15 minutes, and I must do my best. I must not show the negative side of my character, which is attachment to my points or emotional attachment or emotional reactiveness. Number 3 is do not give a casual look. If you look at the group discussant, anybody else, if you are speaking, look at everybody directly, have the direct gaze or eye contact, do not give a casual look, it is not a picnic or an informal situation. Number 4 is do not be like a jumping jack, too much of flaying your hands, because it would imply that you have too less to say and therefore your body language is too much. And fifth and last is do not talk too fast. First of all, remember that English is not our native tongue. We are all second language users, speakers and listeners in English. So, if we talk fast, if we have too many words per minute in our speech, it will not be understood, absorbed, assimilated by the other discussants. So, if they do not understand, how will the discussion proceed? So, let us move forward to the body sport. How will you display, how will you be sitting, how will you be standing? And in this small line chart, I have on the right hand side the significance of what position or what posture you should adopt during the GD. So, let me tell you with a word of caution that these are just advisory, you do not have to stick to it, and these are not the result of research has been proved it so and so. This is just for your understanding and for your information and knowledge. The first is push your body to the back of the chair. Push your body to the back of the chair in case you are sitting on chairs, because it keeps you alert, and be comfortable. Do not be uncomfortably seated on your chair. It makes you comfortable if you push your body to the back of the chair instead of leaning forward. Number 2 is to keep your hands on your lap, right atop the left, which indicates that you are a logical person. This is just in consonance with one research finding which says that the right side of the brain has to do with logic or philosophy, and the left side of the brain has to do with artistic tendencies of an individual. But again, I would say that there are people who are left handed, and so for them the normal tendency would to put the left atop the right. So, again as I say, this is a word of caution. Number 2 is an advice, it is up to you to adopt it or to reject it. Number 3 is keep your legs stationed on the ground. Do not be dangling or moving or just waving your heads, legs, because you remember that you are under CCTV observation. On the other side of the glass are the recruiters, the people who are representing the organization, and they can see you. For you it appears to be a glass window, but they can see you from there, or there might be a CCTV and they may be watching you live in some other room or station. So, there is no need to, if you have a tendency to keep on shaking your legs and making noises, putting them on the floor, blah blah blah, keep your legs stationed on the ground, control yourself, at least during the course of the interview, and this keeps you firmly positioned. On the second part here, which is right and left intertwined beneath the chair, I have no comments, it is up to you. The fourth, we have already put it in the strategies or the do's for the GD. Do not have too much of movement with your hands, too much of activity whatever you are doing, because it indicates that you do not need hands as props when speaking, and I think we should be good enough with our words and do not need to use your hands for your for the communication of your message during the GD. I have a video here on tips for cracking group discussions. Please watch.
Hello everyone. This particular video is for group discussion, and broadly we will try to break it into 4 parts. First of which being what is a group discussion and the purpose that it meets. Second, the types of group discussions. Third, the assessment parameters, and fourth, do's and don'ts for a group discussion. Group discussion a lot of times is a selection criteria as far as, or rather a round for selection in organizations as well as for colleges for selection of candidates after the first round of screening has happened, which is most probably an aptitude test. In a group discussion they generally have 8 to 12 people sitting either in a C shape or a U shape or a round arrangement, and they are given a topic to discuss. A lot of times certain qualitative things like how do they conduct themselves in a group, team skills, how do they ideate on a particular topic, and how do they arrive at a larger motive of reaching a conclusion or trying to converge on a particular point as a team is concerned is what is evaluated. Broadly, group discussions are in 4 different categories, first of which is fact based GDs, second are evergreen topics, third is case studies, or fourth is abstract topics. Let me give you certain examples so that we both are on the same page on this particular aspect. First is fact based topics. Fact based topics more or less a lot of times are current awareness based topics. So things like, did the US commit a mistake by bringing Trump into power? Was Brexit more of an emotional decision in comparison to a practical decision by the Britain? Is demonetization a good idea badly implemented, or is demonetization a good step in the right direction? Social media and media, are they propaganda driven? Now these are the broad topics which a lot of times are where you will need a lot of facts to support whatever your stand is. The second kind of topics are the evergreen topics. Evergreen topics are those topics which have been more or less debated for close to 10-15 years now, or probably generations. Things like very lame topics like arranged marriage versus love marriage, or topics like should cricket be made the national sport of India, does hockey not get the required momentum as far as being the national sport of India, should India wage a war against Pakistan, do you ever think that India will beat China? Now these are all really broad topics who stayed with us for close to generations now and have been debated on multiple forums. The third kind of topics are the case based topics. Now case based topics a lot of times are lightly crafted along marketing cases. So a classic example could be what happened to the Cadbury's. So there was a worm which was found close to a decade back. So what if you are a product manager of Cadbury's, how will you get back the same credibility which has been lost? On the other hand, pesticides found in Coca-Cola or Pepsi, how will you try to regain that? Such kind of case studies which are marketing case studies, sometimes operational case studies, sometimes ethical dilemma based case studies. So probably you are working in an organization, your boss is not supporting you, or if they'll try to make a case around it and ask you for your solutions. So that is case studies. The fourth kind is the abstract variety, a lot of times to check only the creativity of the candidate. So really creative topics like X, or the topics like K, water is blue, life is a lemon, I want my money back, such kind of topics who might not have a head or tail around it, but it is just that how do you envision yourself in such a topic, and how do you creatively think through that topic to as a group of 10 to 12 people arrive at the same page, is something which is being tested in abstract topics. Broadly, if I look at the parameters which are checked in all the four, just in varied proportions, could be the broad four categories. One is communication skills and body language, second is team skills, third is awareness or understanding of the content of that particular topic, and fourth is problem solving ability or creativity. Now, if it is a case study, problem solving ability could be given greater marks. A lot of times these four parameters, when I talk to the moderators who conduct GDs, they have tried to put this into four different weightages: 35, 25, 25 and 15, just that these four weightages change across these parameters depending on the topic which has been given. So if there is a topic on demonetization, or if it is about Trump, or if it is about current awareness, undoubtedly awareness or content gets 35 marks. On the other hand, if it is a abstract topic which is something like an X or a K or 1 plus 1 is equal to 11 or things like that, here creativity and thought process is given 35 marks, something like that. So 35, 25, 25, 15 is a very standard breakup on these four parameters, just that it varies on the basis of the topic which has been given to the participants of the GD. About the larger do's and don'ts of a GD, a lot of times for us to develop a content, we need to prepare a lot, which means which will call for a lot of reading. Now, those broad topics like can India ever beat China, or things like is corruption the biggest problem that is troubling India today, what is the biggest thing that holds back India from being a developed economy in the next 10 years. Now, these are so broad topics that you need to have a very structured approach towards it. A lot of times we call these things as thought generators. Thought generators come in the form of a PESTEL and CHM. When I say PESTEL and CHM, it is political, economic, social, technological, environment, legal. CHM is culture, humor and media. So this is one way of looking at about the same topic. When I look at a case study, there is a very structured approach of SAPA-DAPA which is followed, which is situation analysis, problem analysis, decision analysis and plan of action. This is what people call as SAPA-DAPA, S-A-P-A-D-A-P-A. So you can just try to understand this. This sits in your head just so that while you are sitting for that group discussion, this could be a thought generator for you. On the other hand, some really broad topics, as I told you, sometimes is social media a dampener for today's youth? Social media is a complete propaganda. Now, once such kind of questions are asked, you can even try to follow the why, what, where, how, when approach, which is called W5H approach, wherein you try to question why did this topic come into the place, and where do I want to take this particular topic to, and why today. So demonetization is today, hence the problem is today, and it could just be about any particular topic. W5H gives you a lot of perspective about the same topic depending on current awareness. So this also constitutes the awareness plus content, which is 35 marks in such kind of discussions. The larger do's and don'ts for the GD, try to be constructive throughout the discussion, avoid a one-to-one. A lot of times when aggression reaches a particular point, after that you don't think constructively towards the topic, you rather think destructively against a particular opponent. This is where you should stop thinking about a person, maintain a good eye contact, avoid physical gestures which go beyond your shoulder. So a lot of times if I want to point at somebody who is on my right, instead of using this, I should rather be using this, because that keeps me inside my shoulder limit. Taking down points, trying to be constructively there, or writing down a point or two on a notepad is also considered to be a good gesture, or an acknowledgement of the fact that you do listen when others speak. You don't necessarily need to start or end. So there is this myth which says that you should either start or end a GD or give a conclusion. These are unnecessary compulsive things pushed by certain propaganda again. Very frankly, if you have a take on it, have a take on it. If you don't have a take on it. Don't try to push a particular take, because that doesn't come out constructive enough. Your larger thought process is to have a cohesion of thoughts, bring your team together, reach a particular consensus if possible, acknowledge the fact that there are people who might have alternative opinions, try to include them in the larger scheme of things. And a lot of times there are some people who maintain a very neutral ground to certain topics. Things like, if I say, can India ever beat China, they will say, as far as sports is concerned, we cannot beat. As far as industry is concerned, we cannot beat. As far as culture and freedom of press is concerned, we can beat. Now, if the same person tries to beat around the bush or give you both sides of the coin, a lot of times it is not taken positively, because that also means that you don't have a stand for yourself. Even if you acknowledge the other points, always hold on to a particular stand, take a stand. Only certain topics which come with compulsion, things like, are men better than women, or men are better managers than women, or probably blacks and whites, or religion based topics. Now, these are things which are not in your hand, these are God gifted. So, this is where you can maintain a neutral stand if at all you want to. Otherwise, for anything else, you please have a stand. Try to push for your stand a little bit more and accommodate the other guys, rather than having a very strong opinion in a single direction. That's it as far as GDs are concerned. Read a lot, stay aware. Best of luck for your season and do well. Thank you.
So, I hope that in a sense this video has been useful to you, and if you wish, you can look at it further. I just wanted to acknowledge the book called Business Communication by Professor Asha Kaul, who teaches communication at IIM Ahmedabad. The presentation was totally based on her book and an extract from her book Business Communication, which I acknowledge here. And thank you for being with me. God bless you.